What's up everybody, Tech Chucker here, and today we're going to take a look at the new Marvel Legends X-Men Juggernaut Wave Havok figure. Now, this is not one of the sought-after figures in this wave. To me, this is, and I'm just going to give you a spoiler alert on this review, Hasbro phoned this one in big time. It is very, very underwhelming. I was hoping it was going to be a little better, but it was not. And there are a lot of issues. So let's crack this thing open and take a closer look. So we're going to breeze through the articulation on this figure because pretty much this we've seen this figure before, but we'll go through at least the head articulation. And he can look up all the way. He can look down all the way, no problems there. He's able to look left and right without any issues, and there is just not really any tilt ability. The rest of the articulation, we've seen this with the Bucky Cap body mold, so there's really no new things to talk about here. Alrighty, so the sculpt of this figure we already talked about is pretty bland. We've seen it before. It's the Bucky Cap. The head sculpt is obviously new, but not all that spectacular. If I can get this to focus, my camera's been having some issues. There we go. So they kind of, I mean, they did an okay job. It's really simple. No major, there's nothing all that exciting. I will note mine has this weird like little growth thing on his chin, if you can see that. I'm still holding off on popping that thing off. I just don't want it to break anything. And then the only other piece that they added are these little wrist things. I will note, you can see my elbow is extraordinarily loose. I haven't taken any hot water or anything to it to try and bring it back together. And my right knee leg area is warped a little bit too. So I'm not super happy with the sculpt of this figure. I mean, I feel as though they kind of phoned this one in. Alrighty, paint is going to disappoint you as well. There's not a lot of it, and where it's there, it's kind of messy. Right away in the silver area, you can see there's a little bit of bleed into the black where they, I don't know, they just didn't get it lined up right. The eyes look funny. It's just not very cleanly done with much of the lines, at least on mine. You can see there's some black where there's supposed to be silver. You can see silver where there's supposed to be black. The emblem, I wish that would have been sculpted in a little bit. They tried. You can see that there's some dusting of white. Here in the torso area or the waist area, you've got these nice little silver accents, and those are done relatively well, and the lines are fairly clean. The hands and these weird little, I don't know, wrist things, they're painted okay. I'm not a big fan of these silver lines that they've got at the top of the shin and the bottom of the top of the ankle. I'm again, just like the sculpt, I feel that they really did a lazy job on this figure in terms of paint. There's a lot more that they could have done, and they just didn't do it. So I'm not too happy with this. So Havok comes with these two energy things. I don't really know what to call them. I don't remember what his power source necessarily is. And they look nice enough. So you see there's a little bit of paint on mine. But it's nice. It looks more like he's shooting water or water bubbles at people. And the other issue that I have with these is they don't fit nicely and snug on his wrists. The actual plastic circles that are supposed to fit onto the wrists are just way too loose. So it's hard to get him to pose in a nice dynamic pose with these pieces. So again, I'm going to say that this is a big fail on Hasbro's part. All right, the big question, is this figure worth adding to your collection? Drum roll, no, it's not. To me, this is just kind of a piece of garbage. I wouldn't, and I didn't pay full price. I paid 15 bucks for this, and I still feel as though I kind of got taken uh, for a ride on this one. The articulation is fine because we've seen the body mold before, but the sculpt and paint and accessories are just uh, they're terrible to me. So I would highly recommend avoiding this figure. All right, so I hope this has been helpful. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and I will see you later.
Tetris Brain Blast.